Let's get the big matches on with What Happened on My Universe Mode. It's a PPV special! Part 1 again, cause it's time to rumble. It's time for the Royal Rumble. Part 1, we've only got the match card here. The Royal Rumble will be on the next video, but don't worry, there's plenty on this show in Kansas City, Kansas. And while it is a Raw and Smackdown pay-per-view, we open the show with some 205 Live as Hideo Itami challenged Akira Tozawa for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. And the match began with Hideo Itami hitting 2 massive spinning back fists to Akira Tozawa's face, then a few kicks to the head, but before he could do anything else, Tozawa reversed elbowed him and gave him a kick to the face. Tozawa took control with a kick, followed by a Hurricane Rana, then a couple more kicks, this time to the base of the spine, and after that, a Falcon Arrow. Itami was able to take the pain. He rolled out the next move, did a float over DDT to get the advantage back on Tozawa, and then a massive brainbuster and a huge back suplex. The beating continued from Hideo Itami, hitting punches and kicks and more back fists, ending up with a spin kick to the gut which knocked Tozawa down, and then he hit a nasty powerbomb. After a big driver, Hideo Itami went for the pin, but Tozawa did not relinquish the championship that easily. In fact, he got the advantage after reversing a punch, hitting a chop, and then Trouble in Paradise, or whatever he calls it. He went for the pin, but Itami was not done yet. Tozawa nailed a side suplex on Itami and went for his finishing move, the senton off the top rope, but Itami got his knees up and then got up, hit the GTS 2.0 and a big powerbomb, before picking Akira Tozawa up one more time and driving his knee to the skull with the original GTS. 1, 2, no. Nope, it's only a 2 count. He went for a kick. Tozawa caught it and kicked him back. Akira Tozawa then nailed his comeback move, a couple of clotheslines and a super kick to the head. He then followed that up with Trouble in Paradise, but before he could do anything, Akira Tozawa had been reversed. Hideo Itami grabbed the advantage and then grabbed Akira Tozawa from behind for a quick roll-up pin, and 1, 2, 3, Hideo Itami was the new Cruiserweight Champion. And what a fantastic way to open the pay-per-view with a fantastic match, but can we follow it up in a match for the United States Championship as Brock Lesnar, the champion, accompanied as always by Paul Heyman, took on the challenger Braun Strowman, who never seems to be able to win the big one against Lesnar. And right from the opening bell, Braun Strowman showed that he meant business, hitting a straight up Vader attack on him and then putting him down with a spinebuster and a DDT. Strowman carried on doing his thing, following up with an Argentine backbreaker, but before we could do anything else, guess who got involved? Paul Heyman distracted him and allowed Brock Lesnar to hit his little fake rock bottom there. He threw him into the corner, hit him with a corner attack to the back and then a quick snap suplex before beating him down a few times. A confident Lesnar then went for the pin, but even though it was a 2 count, Strowman wasn't going to let the opportunity go that easily. In fact, he reversed on the next move and put down Brock Lesnar with a gorilla press slam after. He then sent Brock Lesnar to the outside before heading over to the other side of the ring and going for Paul Heyman. And after smashing Heyman with a Vader attack, he got back in the ring when Lesnar was back in the ring and hit his powerbomb fake out signature move. After clotheslining Lesnar down again, he headed to the outside and hit that same signature move on Heyman to give him a bit more punishment. Following that, he hit the running power slam but didn't pin him, instead opting to hit a big boot, which proved to be a mistake as Heyman had woke up. He distracted Strowman and Lesnar followed with a German suplex. He locked on a submission, however Strowman broke out, kneeing Brock Lesnar in the head and then clotheslined the Beast down. After giving Lesnar a second rope powerbomb, Strowman picked him up once more and put him down once more with the running power slam. He went for the pin and this time Brock Lesnar had no answer, and finally, after like a million attempts, Brock Lesnar had been beaten by Braun Strowman, and this time Strowman was the United States Champion. On to the Intercontinental Championship now, as Shinsuke Nakamura was challenging the champion AJ Styles. He didn't need no 24/7 rule now, it was just a general match. AJ Styles is the man on the front foot in this match, hitting a knee to the head and a jumping clothesline before ducking a punch and hitting the Pele kick. Styles then broke out a bit of a random one, a springboard cannonball. He hit a couple of forearms to Nakamura's head. He went for a kick, but Nakamura caught the kick, hit an elbow to the leg, and then did a dirty German suplex, followed by repeated nasty knees to AJ Styles' head. Nakamura tried to lock Styles into a dragon sleeper, however he was too close to the ropes. He instead threw AJ into the corner, hit him with double knees, and then stomped him in the gut, stepping on him in the process. That was enough offense from the King of Strong Style for the time being, as AJ Styles broke free and went over with a float over DDT. He then lifted him up for a pump handle gutbuster and a suplex into a neck breaker. We even got to see the backflip into the reverse DDT. AJ hit a forearm, but Nakamura just took it and threw AJ Styles into the corner, hitting him with a huge knee to the gut. He lifted him out of the corner with a slam and then nailed the reverse exploder. Shinsuke was looking to finish it. He nailed the Kinshasa, went for the pin, but unluckily for him, AJ Styles could press LB for resiliency. He caught a forearm. AJ then lifted him up into a brainbuster, and when Nakamura got back up, AJ Styles was ready for him with the phenomenal forearm. Would that be enough? He went for the pin. 1, 2, 3, and surprisingly Nakamura was done for the day. AJ Styles victorious and retains the Intercontinental Championship. We're halfway through part 1 now, but we're nowhere near done, as Ronda Rousey came out next. She was challenging Becky Lynch for the Smackdown Women's Championship in what was sure to be a heated contest. And from the opening bell, both competitors charged at each other, but it would be Becky Lynch taking the early advantage, hitting a float over DDT followed by an arm trap power slam and a reverse Samoan drop. She then stood on Ronda's thighs, gave them a bit of a stomp, but soon found herself being sent to the outside by the baddest woman on the planet. And on the outside, Ronda took control, hitting Hurricane Rana, then throwing Becky Lynch into the steps, kicking her in the face, and then putting her down with a bit of a spear and a beatdown. Rousey then slammed Becky Lynch on the outside. They headed back in the ring, and Rousey continued where she left off, hitting a back body drop. She must have been a bit gassed because she went for a rest hold after that, and Becky Lynch was able to reverse out with an elbow to the face of Ronda Rousey. She then hit the Bexploder. Lynch was able to lock in the disarmer, but luckily for Ronda, she was nowhere near done. She was able to break free, pushed Becky Lynch away, and then smashed her with a running shoulder barge. Then a missile dropkick from the top rope. She went for a clothesline. Becky Lynch ducked and hit one of her own before smashing her with a forearm in the corner and stomping on her arm. After a snapmare, Becky Lynch headed to the top rope. She went for a dive, but Ronda Rousey caught her, moved her into position, and dropped her with a Samoan drop. Ronda Rousey continued with the power moves, first an angle slam, then a superplex. She was able to lock in the armbar after that, but Becky held on. She did not tap. She reversed out and hit Ronda Rousey with a couple of potato punches. Becky Lynch quickly started working on the arm of Ronda Rousey, putting her down, and then when she got back up, it was comeback time. She hit a couple of clotheslines and a drop kick before going for a scoop slam, but Ronda reversed out, pushed Becky Lynch away, then grabbed her, picked her up for Piper's Pit, dropped her down, went for the pin, but Becky Lynch kicked out at 2, so a pissed off Ronda Rousey just picked her up one more time and hit her with another Piper's Pit, and this time Becky Lynch was not going to kick out, and this time Ronda Rousey had won the match and was the brand new Smackdown Women's Champion. Next up, it was Extreme Rules, and it was for the world title, as Christian was challenging for one more match against The Miz in a match which was supposed to be the main event. However, I felt the match before had a much more pay-per-view ending worthy ending, so we switched them round. Either way, this match began with The Miz kicking Christian in the face and following it up with a jumping neck breaker, but Christian soon reversed with an elbow, hit another elbow and clapped him in the face. He sent The Miz into the corner, hit a drop kick and then some stomps. After choking The Miz on the ropes, Christian went for a neck breaker, but The Miz reversed, knocked him away, hit him with a clothesline somehow, and then went for some weaponry, grabbed a baseball bat again, somehow hit Christian with that crazy angle, hit him again before sending Christian over the barricade, and we got some brawling in within the crowd. And in the crowd, The Miz hit an extreme on Christian so hard it broke a nearby table. He nailed Christian with a double axe handle off the box, grabbed the kendo stick, but Christian grabbed it off him and smashed him several times with it. Christian then picked up The Miz and put him down with his signature reverse DDT, got him with a double axe handle of his own, threw him into a box, and then went for a splash, but The Miz moved out the way and headed back to ringside. And at ringside, a chair got involved. Miz smashed Christian with it, then threw him into it in the corner in the ring. He then threw him into the corner one more time, hit him with his running clothesline, kicked him in the gut, hit him with his DDT, went for the pin. A busted open Christian somehow did not kick out, and a bit of an anti-climax to the ending, and you can see why it got dropped to the semi-final. Either way, The Miz has retained the World Championship. We move on now to Part 1's main event as the WWE Champion Randy Orton defends the title against Mr. Money in the Bank Seth Rollins, except he's not cashed in Money in the Bank yet, so this is just a straight up title match. Well done to him for earning both. However, unfortunately for him, he started this match getting slapped about by Randy Orton. Orton then hit a fall away slam and a big suplex, but when he went for the next move, Seth Rollins was able to punch him in the gut and reverse out with a drop kick. Rollins nailed Orton with a forearm in the corner and then a drop kick in the other corner to the back. He draped him with a suplex onto the ropes and then choked him on the ropes, throwing him back. But after a float over DDT, about the 10th time we've had it on this card, Randy Orton was able to reverse the next move with a clap to the head, and then he hit a float over neckbreaker. Thought we were going to get another DDT there. After giving Seth Rollins a hanging neckbreaker, Randy Orton started breaking out the signature moves. First the draping DDT off the second rope, then the Viper gave Seth Rollins that weird backbreaker that he does. He got back up, gave him a punch, but Seth Rollins grabbed him and put him down with a Michinoku driver. With Orton down, Seth Rollins started giving him elbows to the head and then a knee drop. Randy Orton got back up and Seth Rollins continued with that head beating with a schoolboy super kick. He went for the pin, but Randy Orton could press LB for resiliency. However, he couldn't do it again when Seth Rollins hit the ripcord knee, so instead he just got lucky and kicked out at 2. Despite having the clear advantage for some time, Seth Rollins was able to get his comeback move, or so we thought. Randy Orton ducking a clothesline and instead hitting the Lou Thesz press, beating on Seth Rollins, and when he got up, Seth Rollins was a victim of Randy Orton's comeback move himself, ending it with that super quick power slam. While it wasn't out of nowhere, just like that, Randy Orton had hit the RKO. He went for the pin and was victorious. 1, 2, 3. Randy Orton was still the WWE Champion and he celebrated, but his night would not be over as you might remember, Seth Rollins is Mr. Money in the Bank. He quickly cashed it in and the match was restarted. Randy Orton went for an RKO. Seth Rollins reverse kicked him in the gut and instead smashed him down with the curb stop. He went for the pin. 1, 2, 3. And Seth Rollins had managed to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. He was the brand new WWE Champion. That's it for another What Happened on My Universe mode. Like and subscribe. Part 2 next time. It's the Royal Rumble match.